Hello all, thank you Prakashi. Thank you Arushi for that really nice video introduction for our youth leadership program segment. I hope many of you got chance to visit our table outside and got some information already. ICA Youth Leader Program currently has three initiatives that we are actively working on. First one is Cultural Immersion Program for high school and college students. This year we managed to take 18 students to India, to Hemalkasa and Anandvan. And these students were not just only from Bay Area, they were from East Coast, Canada, Texas, and also from India. Me, myself, Ruchi Saran, Nidhi Vora, and Manju Mishra, we were working on this almost for 5 to 6 months. And throughout this process, we had unwavering support of our parent community. So I want to really give big round of applause to Table 22 for the parents community, because of whom we were able to take these kids and make this program successful, because they trusted us for that. I also want to thank Indian Community Center President Mr. Manoj Goyal and board member Raj Desai for their continuing support. We have their center rooms available always for meetings, so we really appreciate that. Aditi Nanda was one of our pre-med students who was with us on this trip. And she got to spend most of her time in hospital doing vitals and being in the delivery room. And you actually saw her picture with a newborn baby there. Inspired by her experience, we plan to take actually next year pre-med students who, the group of pre-med students to Hemalkasa. Our second initiative we have is online tutoring. This is mainly conversational English. Simran and her team right now tutoring girls in Kashmir. Sejal and her team are tutoring girls, students in Snehalaya NGO. And Dhruvi Patel from Chicago is actually tutoring girls in Chitrakut NGO. Om, who went to Hemalkasa last year, was so inspired by their story that he came back. He started supporting all the NGOs under ICA umbrella, and so he raised fund to donate 3 Chromebooks and 2 laptops to Snehalaya for the tutoring session. So please give big round of applause to all these awesome tutors and parents who are supporting that. Another new initiative we are going to start is teachers training, because when we visited Hemalkasa and recently when Mr. Rahul Pandey visited from Bangalore for his NGO here, we realized that there is a huge need of guiding these teachers in India, and they reached out to us for the help. So we are planning to start another teacher tutoring thing where you all can actually join us. Finally, I want to thank India Currents for their rooted and next-gen chapters, where our students are going to actually will get a chance to post their essays and their experiences. Some of the students on the stage are already part of it. So as you can see, Youth Lead program is on a very exciting journey here, and we really hope that we can grow this exponentially going forward with your help. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Tanvi Sapar to share her experiences on behalf of all the students on the stage. They chose her actually to be the spokesperson. So she is going to tell us all about Hemalkasa experience. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanvi Sapar. I'm a 10th grade student, and this summer I traveled to Nagpur, India, along with the ICA youth group, where we visited Hemalkasa and Anandvan. I'm here today to speak on behalf of our whole group and share our experiences, hopefully inspiring you all in the same way that Hemal inspired us. So just a quick overview. Anandvan and Hemal are part of the Lok Biradari Prakalpa, a social project started by Baba Amte. Anandvan was meant to be a sanctuary for those who had been outcasted by society. This means those with leprosy, blind, or deaf, and other disabilities in general. We were so inspired by these people, by their will to keep going and live a life of dignity, even despite the hardships they had faced. In Hemal where we spent most of our time, we spent time with the students who learned there. Hemal provides a boarding education to the children of the tribal communities from the Gondi and Maria tribes. Along with the school, Baba Amte started a hospital near Hemal where the villages, people can come and find medicine, food, and aid when they are struggling. Though today Baba Amte has passed, his sons Vikas Amte and Prakash Amte carry forward his legacy and continue his mission at both Anandvan and Hemalkasa. In Anandvan, we took a tour and visited the workplaces of the residents. Despite their disabilities, they were determined to make a difference and make a living. We watched an orchestra of mostly blind musicians and learned Indian Sign Language from a class of deaf students. We were inspired by their resilience, that despite their disabilities, they worked and lived a life of dignity. It made us stop for a moment and think about all the times we had complained that something was too hard or too much work. It made us realize that nothing is impossible. If they can do it, then why can't I? After 2 days in Anandvan, we spent a week in Hemalkasa. We did so many different activities in Hemalkasa, there's no way I could possibly explain them all, so I'll just go through a few. We volunteered at the hospital, the animal center, the farming center. We spent a few hours every day in the classrooms teaching them conversational English using our own American games like Hangman and Four Corners. Then we went to their athletics practice because many of the students there are national athletes. They taught us how to play Malkhambh and Kho-Kho. And then in the evening, the Maria girls taught us their traditional bamboo dance along with some chants they did when they danced. And then we practiced those every night and then performed them in front of the school on the last day. This isn't even half of what we did that entire week, but every day we were so tired from all the activities, but we were still so excited because the next day had so much more planned. It was incredible to stay on the same campus and eat the same food and walk the same paths as the Hemalkasa students. Throughout the day, we would see them and they would wave to us and call Tai Dada, which is like elder sister, elder brother in Marathi. And I remember we'd just be walking around and they'd call to us and be like, hi Tanvitai, good morning. And they were so in awe of us because we were, the foreigners who had come to their school. But in reality, it was us who are so inspired by their hard work. Every day, these students wake up at 5 a.m., they clean their campus, they go play their sports, then they go to the classroom, back to sports, they eat dinner, and then they sleep. They work this hard every single day and have such a different lifestyle from ours that made us think differently about, how productive we could be in our own lives at home. Our favorite part of the trip was not the activities or the places we met. It was more about the friendships and the connections we made while we were there. Our own ICA group grew so close during that trip. We all have our own inside jokes, and I can tell so many embarrassing stories about each and every one of these people. My favorite moments are dancing in the rain with Malaika, swinging on the branches of a huge banyan tree, and playing cards at night. Every night, we would push together the beds in the empty room and sit in a big circle. We would just laugh and giggle and bicker and fight, and it just felt like we were such a big, happy family. We also became great friends with the students from Hemalkasa. I remember playing tag and hopscotch with them and having longer conversations with the older ones. I spoke to Sheetal, an 11th grade student from Hemalkasa, who shared her exhaustion at the constant studying. But in the end, she told me it was worth it because she got to receive an education from Hemalkasa. This made me rethink, and in this moment, I felt the true impact of Hemalkasa on the society around it. On the last day, everyone was so so sad to leave that we were all crying, including the Hemolkasa students. It wasn't about leaving the physical location. It was about leaving the friends we'd probably never see again. The friendships we made, they were that strong and that meaningful. Given the opportunity, we would all love to return to Hemolkasa. This time, not just to visit, but to make a difference on the place that had inspired us so deeply. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha, for those wonderful highlights of the ICA Youth Lead journey. And thank you, Tanvi, for sharing your incredible cultural experience, immersion experience on behalf of your group. And congratulations to all the kids, all the students who represented ICA with such compassion, curiosity, and commitment. As we close this year's chapter, we are already looking ahead to what's next for ICA Youth Lead program in 2026. Our mission remains the same, to empower young minds through service, leadership, and cultural exchange. We are excited to announce that our next culture immersion trip will be to Anand and Hemolkasa again in 2026. These are two remarkable communities founded by a legendary Amte family. Students who have been there, like these ones, they know how deeply moving and transformative that experience can be. I can testify for that trip. Representing ICA at Hemolkasa was an honor for me. Witnessing the Amte family's extraordinary work was inspiring, and I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of the whole group. The experience left a lasting impact. Listening to each student's reflection after the trip, we could sense that it gave students perspective on gratitude and purpose, showing how small acts of help can create bigger impacts. So out of 3 initiatives Manisha explained, the first one about our trip, we will be holding information sessions in November, December, and January. So please stay tuned if you'd like to join the journey, next year's journey. Our online tutoring initiatives is also expanding. That is the second initiative, connecting ICA youth with students in India through partnerships with Borderless World Foundation in Kashmir, Snehalaya, and Hemolkasa. Through this program, our youth are not just teaching conversational skills, they are building confidence, friendship, and mutual understanding. It's amazing to see how technology builds bridges between continents and hearts, reminding us that compassion knows no boundaries. And the third initiative, we are always looking for more ways to help or get involved. That is through volunteering. So whether it is by teaching the teachers, teaching the students, or even participating in the cultural immersion trips as chaperones, we are strengthening the fabric of this global community. If today's stories have inspired you, I encourage you to please visit icaonline.org and our Youth Lead program page and explore it and see how you can get involved. Before we wrap up, I want to express heartfelt thanks to our students for their enthusiasm, to our parents for their encouragement, to our mentors for the guidance, and to ICA board for their unwavering support of this program. And now it's my honor to invite Mr. Prakash Ji, President ICA, to come forward and present certificates to our ICA Youth Lead students.
From which end? Thank you, Arushi.
Arushi Kulkarni. Anushka.
Anushka, okay. Arya.
Arya.
Divesh. Malaika. Prisha. Sejal. make sure that I don't fall down. Tulsi, right? And Tanvi, good job. Two of them, you get two actually. So one thing I would say is that we really encourage them to go and take this trip, which they did, and we promised them after you come back and do all of this, we'll give you a appreciation certificate, and we will also, each of them are getting a $500 check from ICA to taking this effort. And you have heard this, from Manisha and Nidhi. We really want to scale this program up. Last year, they went to close to 20. Next year, we want to take this number to 50. So all of your parents, those who have high school going kids or early in college, we really encourage, because even in my life, when you go and meet these kind of people, those who are change makers, the way they inspire you, it's a life-changing kind of experience, okay? It stays with you. And so these kids are growing up here in the US. They are really, really good kids, but they are missing out that cultural experience which you and I had in India, those sanskar. And this is what these trips basically give them. So thank you so much again, and we'll see you again next year and maybe more students next year. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Prakash. Thank you to the youth program. And you can step down. And again, these are our future wave makers. They're the change makers who are creating waves. So let's give them a big round of applause to the youth program. Thank you, Manisha, and thank you, Nidhi.